What's up everybody, Mike here, and I'm so excited to be back with another home office update video. So this is part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, you can go check it out right over here. It is a really great video about me setting up my LG ultra-wide monitor, which we're going to be talking a little bit more about today, and you get to see a little bit of the early stages, but something big has changed in my home office, so I decided to use this as an opportunity to not only show you the big change, but also show you the way that the office is set up right now. Just the look of it all together, plus the actual functionality of it, it suits my needs so well, and I have very few issues with it. So if you have any comments, please leave them down below. I will definitely get back to you guys. So without further ado, let's jump into it and see what's changed in my 2020 home office. Now, as you can see, there is hardly any theme to this, and that's on purpose. I'm still waiting on making sure that I have the desk actually set up to how I want it before I really start investing in theme. So colors and accent pieces will come later. Now, one huge problem that I'm having right now is cable management, and like I said earlier, I don't have all the tech that I want yet, so things are temporary. Those two blue cables are horrible, and I want to be able to fix all that, but it's really going to take a lot of effort to corral all these into cable sleeves and stuff like that. As you can see, this speaker requires its own power brick, as well as the racing wheel that I use, so all of these are plugged into an outlet that I had to route up here. The monitor arm itself has a couple of different ways to manage the cables. Overall, the DisplayPort cable that I have just isn't really long enough. It's a 6-foot cable, and what I really need is something like 8 feet. The monitor arm itself has proven to be fantastic. It's very strong, it looks amazing because it's black like everything else, and it gives me some really great swiveling action without feeling like it's going to topple over. However, I really hardly ever move this arm at all because it is a tedious task that requires a lot of precision. I definitely don't want to yank on any cables while I'm doing this, so I just don't. The monitor is a great centerpiece, as well as my cell phone, which I can mount right off to the side as a secondary screen or a webcam. Here is my favorite toy. This is the Thrustmaster Tmx. It is designed for the Xbox One as well as PC, and I've had it for many years now, and it is extremely robust. It has held up to the test of time and has always been my favorite toy. I don't plan on upgrading anytime soon. Here is the Keytron K2 Keyboard. It is a mechanical keyboard. I have it with RGB and cherry red switches. And overall, the design matches the mouse that I have pretty well, the Logitech MX trackball mouse. This mouse has very few frills to it, but the trackball is great for video editing. Definitely going to upgrade this sometime soon though. This desk blotter is just something that I picked up cheap off of Amazon. You can pick up anything that suits your style. There's the Jbl Xtreme. It is a great speaker, but is definitely temporary, just like my microphone solution, which is a Rode microphone. I have this mounted onto a Joby GorillaPod using a custom 3D printed piece. And I also have an audio adapter for audio monitoring. This little piece that I have here, I downloaded online and printed it out using the 3D printer that I borrowed from work, which is the Dremel Digilab. This is a really great printer when it works. However, it recently clogged, so I'm not able to use it at the moment until I get around to fixing that, which is not easy. Here's a cool print that I made that I've been using. It is a pencil holder, and this took 16 hours to print, but I think it looks awesome. Here's the Oculus Rift. I hardly ever use it, but here's the controllers. I also have the controllers hanging off of this floating bookshelf that I got off of Amazon. It is so awesome and is really a nice touch with the lights hanging off of it, some knickknacks up there that represent me, as well as a couple of books that I like. So it brings some character, as well as some drawings that I've made. And up here you see a shooting range target of mine from my last vacation. It's great for covering up the scratches in the paint, but once I get around to actually painting this wall, it will look different. Back to tech, we have my Anker wireless phone charger, very useful, highly recommend it, as well as the Anker USB 3.0 hub, which acts as a really integral part of my system at the moment, but I'm looking to upgrade that, as well as all of the wires down here. Like I said, nothing here is really permanent. Everything is velcroed and zip tied in place. I plan on changing most of this stuff. Don't worry, it's not always going to look like this. Now here we have the Ikea Marcus chair. Very comfy chair, not much to talk about. Now we finally get to the best part, the biggest upgrade. This is my new PC from NZXT. It has an i5 with a 1070 Ti, 16 gigs of RAM, and overall it's perfect for what I do. Lots of I/O on the back, easily accessible, very quiet fans, and to make it all even better, it is completely RGB'd out, even on the RAM. So super cool. Motherboard lights, cooler lights, RAM, GPU, all of it. It's fantastic, and it handles all of the work that I do really well thanks to this SSD. When I'm doing video editing or playing games, it is super smooth. All of this paired with the ultra-wide monitor really makes this a productivity setup, as well as an amazing immersive racing setup, and it's exactly what I wanted. I'm so honored to have it as my own. Now, in order to keep all this tech safe, as well as myself, I invested a small amount of money into a couple of peace of mind technologies. You might know them. They are the Wise Sense system. So as you can see, it comes with a small security camera, which I have pointed outside my windows. And I also have motion sensors on all of my windows, as well as my front door. So I can tell when somebody comes in, when all of my windows are open, and at nighttime, my Google Home tells me if my windows are open, and it really brings me a lot of peace of mind. Obviously, it's not a home security system, so if somebody does break in, all it really is just gonna warn me of my impending death, but it does give me some time to grab something to protect myself. So we'll see how that works out, but overall it really has brought me a lot of peace of mind. Setting it up is extremely simple, and it pretty much works immediately. That's all we have time for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed today's home office setup. There's still plenty more work to be done, and I still have a couple of things that I need to upgrade, but for the most part, it's been very good, and it's suiting my needs perfectly. It's not the most visually appealing as some setups might be, but it is perfect for what I need it to be. So let's hear your guys' comments down below. Make sure you subscribe and leave a like. It really helps me out. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. See ya. And cut.